Good afternoon, orchid loving YouTubers. This is September 7th, about 1 p.m. And just going to invite you along on an early September orchid and garden tour. It looks like most of the flowers are spent on this dancing lady, but she's been beautiful. I had to put up some shade cloth on my arbor because after Dorian's attempt to annihilate us afterwards, that sun was unbearable. It was just unbearable. And some of the leaves were just turned to dust and looking bad. So I put this temporary shade cloth up, which is not going to stay because I have something else growing that I'm going to have trellis over the top. It's a sun-loving marble leaf philodendron. It takes the sun. Trust me, it does. I got a couple of pieces from my neighbor down the street. I had intended to take pictures of his tree, but I don't think I want to do that. Privacy. But they're gorgeous. But he assured me that they would love the sun. But everything seems to be looking great. Here, I got some denfowl bloom buds that are about to bloom. And Muffet's trying to run from the sun or from the heat. So we're going to cross over on the south side of the garden. We got some nice, my favorite denfowl flowers in bloom here. I know it's a mess. I didn't fix it up after Dorian, but I'll get to it. Okay, we got some new additions here. There's some type of ginger. It'd be curcumin or curcumus or something like that. Picked those up from the Home Depot. Yeah. My what are those called? Whatever, still in bloom. We got a new flower here. Oh, bromeliad, sorry. It's early. It's looking gorgeous. Yep, and Williette is doing her thing. Yep, and I got in a new haul on Thursday from a couple of vendors on eBay. That's gorgeous denfowl. I just love it. Yeah. I don't know if I introduced you to this guy. I got it on special at Lowe's, and it's putting out new leaves here. Looking fabulous. Yep, and I just watered my Vandas, which I'm going to water again. And here's that haul that I won on eBay, an auction. Yeah, let's see who this is. This is the first guy. Dick Smith. I got two of those. I think this is the second Dick Smith over here. Yeah, I got two of those little seedlings. And let's see who this is. That's who that is. You know, I spent a little extra for these seedlings. I don't know if it's because that's the pricing on eBay. They're a bit ridiculous, but you can't go and pick these seedlings up at the Home Depot. If I could, I would, but these are specially grown cattleyas. So here's who this is. I hope you can see that. Let me pull back the tape. Hold on. Okay, so this is who this little seedling is here. A piece broke off in shipping, so I don't know. I think I stuck it back down in the pot. Is that it? Yeah. Look at that. The entire thing. I don't know. It just wasn't packed well or what. But I was so disappointed. But anyway, we'll take good care of them and get them growing. And I hope they make it. It was a very expensive auction for these little seedlings. Yeah, I think I showed you that, right? Yeah. But yeah, I'm taking a step up the ladder as far as cattleyas, you know, taking a break from the bag babies because they're limited when it comes to cattleyas. They stock only, I don't know, what cattleyas that I have already. So I'm venturing out. This is a little venture for me, you know, spending a little extra for my spotted cattleyas because I was so disappointed in a bag baby a while back. So I said, okay, well, maybe I just need to put in a little extra dime to get the cattleyas that I want. Got a little ampersand going on there. Looking good. Hey, let's see if I can find anything else going on in the garden, which it's just too hot for anything to go on. Got some new buds coming in. Absolutely. Everything is looking good. But yeah, that's just a little short tour. Oh, and I wanted to show you what the Bobo phylum Wilbur Chang is doing. Even though she's not, it doesn't look like those are spikes. I think they're new growths, but at least it's not dead. It's just not doing anything. You know, it's not spiking. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but I believe if I was doing something wrong, she would be putting out new growth. This is new media that I added. You know, first I just had her in, I believe, what was River Rock and charcoal. So I kicked it up a notch and I purchased a bag of, a couple of bags of it. Yeah, a coarse blend from Better Grow. And I added it in this basket with Wilbur Chang, and it looked like she started kicking out new growths. They weren't there. They were just barely there. But since the bark, it's really, those growths have really shot out. So maybe that was a good thing. And another thing, I separated the mother bulb from the Grammatophyllum scriptum variety leopard from my trash can Grammatophyllums, because I believe she was done from this one bulb, old raggedy bulb. You see how raggedy it looks? And it still had the potential to produce all of this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And it's happy. That's what that one bulb gave me. And this is the most recent new growth here. Right there. And there's another tiny new growth trying to shoot out from the base. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little green thing down in there. Yeah, so I don't know how it's gonna grow. There's just not enough room in there, but I just recently up-potted it. And this is where the mother bulb came from that little hole there. I just filled it up so bugs won't get in there. But yeah, it's a little breezy today. I don't know if that's the result of Dorian or not, but if we didn't have that breeze, you wouldn't be able to stand out here. It would be unbearable. Just plain ridiculously hot. It's crazy. But yeah, I got everything covered on the north end of the east garden, so to protect it from that sun. I mean, it was barreling down on the plants. It was it was unusually hot that it would scorch the leaves like that. But yeah, my favorite view. Yeah, so we're just out here for a short while. We're not going to be out here long. I'm going to give you a brief walk on the inside of the garden. I took these ferns off the west garden and I brought them out here. Yeah. We got a few in flower out here, not very much. My lemon trees are doing great. They're growing. That's my lime. Beautiful Exora. Just beautiful. And my cannas are doing good. They're getting ready to bud again. Shrimp plant is in bloom. Yeah, elephant ear is doing great. Probably need to repot it. Another Exora down in here. Just love those colors. Sporadically laid out in the garden. Got to repot that money tree. It's grown tremendously. So it needs a new home. Another canna in bloom, looking good. Her buds are coming out fabulously. She's great. Might need to repot her. There's another yellow canna through there. Bougainville is doing great. Muffet smelling something. I don't know what. She smells something back there. Probably a cat laying back there. It's such a jungle. Yeah, so it can use, the East Garden can use a little cleanup. Acacia back there trying to come back to life. I don't know how my Australian tree fern is doing, but I see parts of it still alive, I guess. I'm not going to dig back there yet. But something is trying to catch hold and vine. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be growing around this trellis, but it's kind of unruly, but I love it. It was intended to grow along this trellis, but it wants to go everywhere but around the trellis. But yeah, everything on the East Garden is doing fabulous. I will show you the borders. Where you go, Muff? Oh, what you smelling there? You're sticking that little nose somewhere. Don't go up in there. It could be a possum in there. Muff. Muff. Muffet. Get out of there. Come on out of there. Could be some baby kittens in there. But, yeah. The border's looking a little disoriented because I had to move things because of the storm, but it's okay. I took most of the plants, hanging plants down, and I placed them on the ground here, but I'll be hanging them back up in a little bit. There's another system out there. I'm not sure what it's going to do, so I'll probably be a little hesitant about hanging them back up. But this is on the east side of the garden. Everything was taken down. Yep, nice bromeliad there. She's kicking out quite a few pups in there, and she's a little spiny on the edges here, just a little. You have to be careful, but I love the colors. She's doing great. Peace lily is being devoured by Cuban snails. Yeah, look how they totally ravaged this peace lily, but I'd rather them devour that peace lily than my orchids, so you had to put something out for them. And they love the coolness of the stone that I have laid down. So, but all I have to do is, when they're coming out to mate, which they do, I mean in droves, just get a sprayer of salt water, rock salt, and just spray them, and you'll kill most of them. But I wouldn't trade that bedding cover for nothing else. I love it. It keeps the humidity perfect and the atmosphere great. So, and the majority of the snails meet right there in that stone to mate. So when it's time, I just spray them all down. I get them all at once. A few may survive because they didn't make it to the party, but the majority of them, yeah, that's where they mate and that's where they die. Doug Chamberlain's Hoya Hall is doing great. This monster here is just taking off. Let's see if we can get this. So that is, and she's doing good. Hoya. Yeah, I think I've showed you these before, but they're progressing along beautifully. No dieback, nothing died. So that's a plus. That's a good thing. And here are the rest, doing fine. And yeah, the arbor plants will survive. But yeah, just a little short tour on September 7th after Dorian. Everything's doing great. Haven't had much rain lately, but we can use it. Yeah, this is a pepperoni that I've had in the West Garden, which I've already showed you. Doing great. I've had it for years and years, and this is all the growth that it put on because it wasn't taken care of. It was neglected. So out here, I can give it a little more attention. I can give it more attention, and hopefully it'll just flourish and do well. Absolutely. It's gorgeous. I love the variegation in the leaves. It's beautiful, nice, shiny, green. But yeah, that's just a little short tour today on the East Orchid and Garden. And I want to thank you for coming along, and I'll see you probably around the end of September with an update. Happy growing. I'm sorry, I forgot to show you that heat-loving Philodendron that I got from my neighbor down the street to have trellis across the arbor. Yeah, he has a huge tree-like philodendrons that have these growing. He cut down a tree. He cut down a palm tree, and then he placed this philodendron around it, and it totally engulfed the stump of the palm tree, which is about 9 to 10 feet tall. He left a 9 to 10 feet tall stump, and somehow he got a hold of this philodendron here that loves sun, but it can easily get out of control. One day I'll show you a picture of his trees if he allows me. But yeah, and I have them rooting in rainwater. But yeah, this is that philodendron that's going over there on the arbor to cover, and I don't have any doubts that it won't do the job. Okay, so we're going to stick this back in its rainwater and let it continue to root until I'm ready for it, which will be soon. Probably the end of September. Yeah, kind of going to fall out of its water. But yeah, Philodendron, heat-loving, sun-loving. Happy growing. Yeah, I'm still messing around in the garden today, September 7th, and I came across a rotting Oncidium pseudobulb. This was a rescue from the Home Depot, I believe it was. Those Oncidiums on sale for like, what was it, like maybe $5. It came from this Oncidium here. I broke it off. I don't know. What do you think? You think I could save it? You think it'll sprout roots? Let's give it a try. Rotting Oncidium pseudobulb. No roots. Nothing. Nothing. Let's see. I love a challenge. Happy growing. Looks pretty bad though. That's my mosquito terminator. This is my terminator here. Got plenty of them in the garden, and I'm happy that they're here. See if he's gonna let me get any closer. Yeah.